Hi, I'm Hans Magleby, founder of WhyTry, and I'd like to share with you just a brief overview of how the WhyTry program, Toolkit, and lesson materials work. If you haven't heard of us before, WhyTry is a series of resources and strategies to teach important life skills that help promote student wellness and foster a resilient mindset. One of the most unique things about WhyTry is the way we use visual metaphors to teach these important principles to students in a way they can understand and remember. These include decision-making, positive self-esteem, emotional regulation, having a resilient mindset, peer influence and relationships, problem-solving, hard work and determination, responsibility and expectations, relationship building, and self-efficacy. The powerful thing about using this visual approach is the way it takes abstract concepts and puts them into a context through the use of a metaphor that students can understand. It essentially creates a language for educators to communicate with students the relevance of these principles being taught. All of our tools are available through our website. Here you can access everything that you need to be able to teach a lesson either individually or in a group setting. From the toolkit, you can download materials that you need to print, presentation decks, video clips, activity instructions, journal assignments, music resources, and other stories and media that can be used to teach the lessons in a way that's engaging and fun for your students. From the main page, the site's broken down into 3 categories: the secondary lessons, the elementary lessons, and the facilitator toolkit. Let's go there first. The toolkit is organized into 2 main areas: the program content materials and the WhyTry approach on how to deliver those materials effectively. Toolkit resources are displayed in 3 columns: facilitator competencies or the WhyTry approach, lesson tools, and learning units. Let's look at one of the learning units, defense mechanisms. From this page, we can access all of the tool categories for the defense mechanisms unit, including visual metaphors, teacher's manuals, learning activities, resilience boosters or journals, presentation decks, video resources, music resources and suggested playlists, the flexible lesson plan template, the elementary book list, as well as training videos and assessment tools. So coming back to the main toolkit page, the 10 learning units and lesson tools include the resources that are the lesson materials. The facilitator competencies make up the portion of our toolkit that focuses on the WhyTry approach. The WhyTry approach is a teaching method that places a strong emphasis on not just why, but how to build learning relationships with students, create engaging learning experiences, and help students see the relevance of what they're learning. Through our approach, educators gain a deeper understanding of how to build caring relationships with their students, how to make lessons more meaningful and captivating, and how to demonstrate the importance of what's being taught in a way that resonates with students. Everyone with access to the WhyTry program has the opportunity to attend either a virtual or an in-person training where we cover these strategies that make up the WhyTry approach. In the facilitator competency section, we cover important WhyTry approach topics from the training, including things such as surrendering the one-up, questions and processing, and effective framing. Leaving the toolkit and going back to our main page, we can access the pre-built lessons for elementary and secondary. Let's explore the elementary lesson section. Here you can access each of the pre-built lessons for elementary by clicking on the lesson unit. Once inside the unit, we have links to pre-built lessons for grades 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5 and 6. At the top, we have a link to the vertical alignment document that demonstrates how each of these grade-banded lessons approaches the principle being taught along with the key lesson objectives. Let's look at an example lesson for grades 5 and 6. All the resources for this pre-built lesson include lesson instructions, presentation decks, a printable version of the lesson plan, the visual metaphor, activity instructions, and journal prompts. Now let's look at our secondary pre-built lessons. These are broken into 2 categories: tutorial classroom lessons and virtual classroom lessons. The virtual classroom lessons are designed to be able to be used in blended and fully virtual live classrooms. They include resources for walking through the visual metaphors and even doing activities that can be done in a virtual setting. The tutorial classroom lessons are designed to be a good starting point for your first time teaching WhyTry. They include recommended activities and resources as part of a scope and sequence to take you through the full program covering each unit. Every lesson will not only help you to become familiar with the program content as you teach it, but it will also focus on a distinct part of the WhyTry approach to help the facilitator practice the skills and work towards delivering the program with full fidelity. Besides the secondary and elementary pre-built lessons and the Toolkit section of our website, we also have a couple of other menu areas, including resources for helping you plan your implementation of the program, as well as a section with self-paced training resources that can be used as a refresher and supplement to the live training that each user has access to. For each facilitator of the WhyTry program, we have a specific onboarding process that begins with setting up your account and then making sure that you are registered for and complete a live, virtual, or in-person introductory training. Would you like to know more about how WhyTry can help you and your school? Let us show you. Simply click on the button below this video to schedule a time to speak with a program director in your area. They'll be happy to answer all of your questions and go over any of our pricing options.